Yo, what up, guys? It is Efren, the marketer, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about streaming and hip hop, and as a musician, how to get more plays, how to get more exposure, how to put your music out there to the consumer that's actually going to follow you and love you and buy your merch. But today, I have a special guest on my video, Mr. Jacey Flames. If you don't know who he is, Mr. Josh, go ahead and give yourself a nice warm introduction.
So my real name's Joshua, but they call me Jacey. It's a nickname. Jacey Flames is actually my artist name, but I do music on the side, and I also work at a marketing company with Mr. Efren here, and I'm the lead SEO manager and content creator at Goal Level Media. And I enjoy what I do, man. I love it. And just this past year, aside from Goal Level Media, I've kind of hit some milestones, especially with selling merch and getting more of my music out there and getting more plays and streams. And it's been a journey, but I mean, it's something that I've definitely
Yeah.
I've counted for.
No, it's something to be proud of. So, Josh actually started with me bringing up Go Level Media. So, a little background about how we met, who we are, what we do, right? So, I mean, Josh kind of we always been really good friends. Back in the day, I used to DJ, and yeah, I used to DJ crazy, right? So, I used to DJ house parties. I actually used to DJ with vinyl records, right? So, my thing is, being a DJ is kind of being like a musician, right? In order to make money, you have to get booked or played or sell merch or whatever you got to do. You just can't be like, I'm a DJ. Oh shit, I'm super popular, and that's what tends to happen with a lot of like musicians and DJs and I mean, shit, right? The list goes on. So today we decided to make this video to show you and how you can probably build an audience. Again, I'm not a musician myself, but Mr. Josh is. But we also do own a large marketing company here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully this video is just straight out fire for you.
Yeah.
So, Josh, in your music career, let us know what you've done.
Okay, so it's been about 3 years since I've really taken it serious as far as thinking of it as a business and even making a lot of strides and kind of bettering the music and even just trying to make money off of it. Other than that, since high school, I've been, always into music, kind of followed it as a passion of mine, but I never thought I could actually excel in it and even make money off of it. That was kind of just a dream. I unlike I'm kind of like, or I was like a lot of artists back then, or even struggling artists trying to make it, is that we constantly have this thing in our mind where it's like, let me just try to get signed, let me try to get a record deal, especially with these major labels. And being that my background's hip hop, it's like that's what we constantly look for. But it changed in what mid early 2000s when the industry went towards independent, and now it's not even about major record labels. And so social media too has changed the game, and that's where we've geared a lot of our marketing towards, but also musicians really need to do the same. You guys, like, I constantly stress this to a lot of people that ask me, even on Instagram, but you guys need to gear towards social media. It is a free marketing tool. It is free. I mean, market yourself well on there, because if you don't, you have no leverage over any kind of label or any audience.
So, if you guys don't know, Josh tried pretty much everything to like blow up his brand. Even who's that artist you brought? Was it like a couple years ago too?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I got connected with a friend out in California, and he had some good connections with some West Coast artists. And I don't know if you guys know of an artist named Sugar Free, and he was big in the early 90s, even late 90s. He was big on West Coast rap, and he was brought in by DJ Quick. I think DJ Quick signed him. But anyways, he came out here to AZ, I connected with my friend who knew him, and they threw a show out here. But I mean, we sucked at marketing the whole show. They
But
didn't do
I
very
mean,
well.
you went as far as booking an artist at a concert to pass out flyers, book artists, sell tickets just to
Hmm.
be able to perform on stage.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what he had to do to try to
Yep.
get this done, and that's great. Even though if the show wasn't really like super packed, I'll tell you why that's good. It's because you want to succeed so bad that you did all that because you think or you want people to listen to your music. I mean, at the end of the day, right? And
Oh, yeah.
I think as a musician's favorite, I think a musician's goal is to always kind of perform live for people. You want
Hmm.
people to just like feel your music and really connect with you through music, right? So I love that you did that show. I think it was good. It was a good learning experience.
Hmm.
But and this is what's wrong with a lot of rappers, right? They and I'm gonna kind of mirror that with local businesses. Businesses think that they need billboards, they need radio ads, they need this, they need that. At the end of the day, that's traditional marketing that kind of sucks. I buy radio sometimes, I buy TV spots, I buy billboards, and I'm gonna personally tell you that's probably like the least thing you want to do. When we spend money on billboards, it's because we want to splur and be like, let's try something new, right? But coming from a marketing owner, marketing business owner, right? I'm gonna tell you straight out is you don't need that. And
Yeah.
this is what's wrong with a lot of like labels too, is that they're like, oh, well, we're gonna put you on billboard and we're gonna put you on TV. Do you know some of these YouTubers make or have more views than some of these TV shows or TV stations on like
Yep.
regular TV, right? So it is crazy because our mind, we know that so many people are on social media, but we're still trying to go that traditional route, right?
Hmm.
Let's put a show together, spend all this money on bringing an artist, trying to sell tickets. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure that's like a different environment. It probably makes you feel good when you're on stage and you're performing.
Yeah.
But I mean, social media is one of those things that you shouldn't avoid. And when I mean social media, I just don't mean Instagram. And it's something that I tell Josh because I get to see Josh every single day. And to be honest, when he blows up, I'm going to make myself his manager. So I'm, I'm going to sign my own contract to make myself a manager. Now you know, Josh.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, you bring me all the coffee I can have. I'm down. I'm with it.
So, um, one thing I was going about on my Instagram today, and to be honest, I feel like a lot of people think I'm a douchebag on Instagram, but it's just more like marketing, right? Like I post, I'm not gonna lie, I posted a check today about like, oh, just because I don't post checks, does it mean that you don't trust me with marketing advice? A lot of people see me and I just don't look like an actual marketing person, right? That's actually Ed Acosta. He's our designer
Yeah.
for Go Level Media. So we'll probably bring him up next, talking about logos and all that because that's super important, branding and all. So I went off. This is something that I preach and preach and preach, and I tell Josh too. I was like, yo, bro, Instagram isn't the thing. Instagram works and it's really great, but you should be on everything.
Yeah.
As a person that started a really successful not marketing, a concert promotions company back in 2007, 2008, during MySpace, I was so romantic with MySpace that I was like, oh, MySpace, all we need for marketing, that's all you need. And when MySpace started to die down, Facebook started to become more popular. I was like, holy shit, I didn't see it. I was so romantic. It's kind of like you had an abusive, you're in an abusive relationship, and then like you're getting punched and hit, and then like you're like, no, he loves me, right? That's how
Yeah.
I was with MySpace. Not until I lost my business with as MySpace died, I died with it. I adapted too late. to Facebook. And so many of my competitors adapted early and took a bigger edge in the market. And it kind of goes with musicians, right? Rappers or whatever you do. You're releasing music. You're so romantic on Instagram that you're so blinded by everything else. Or even vice versa. We were just talking about streams. A lot of these rappers, you want to tell them what a lot of these rappers are doing?
Yeah, so I noticed that even with community, you guys will probably you're probably familiar with this. If you're a musician yourself or a rapper or singer or anything like that, you probably notice that there's a lot of tutorials and there's a lot of videos out there and articles of saying, how to get your music heard, how to get more streams, how to get more listens. I mean, as a musician, that's always number one in your mind. You're like, I just want people to hear my stuff. And I honestly feel like that's a bad way and that's a bad mindset to go about it, because you'll get lost in it. And I did sometime last year. Efren will tell you too. I mean, I got so lost in it to the point where I wanted to go to California and move. By the way, because I live in Arizona right now, I wanted to move to California because I thought that was my ticket. I'm gonna meet all these like big artists and producers over there, get all these streams and listens somehow, and just make it big. But it's like that is the wrong mindset to go about it, and do not do that, because you're gonna literally block yourself from anything you're trying to do. And
Unless if you have like millions of dollars and you don't have to worry about like anything financially, then fuck it, why not, right? But
yeah,
truth is, you probably don't have a lot of money, and
no,
and not everyone just starts with a lot of fucking money, and a lot of people think, oh, I need to move to Hollywood, I need to move to New York to start my career in music. Bro, we live in 2020 where you have Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud,
TikTok.
Spotify, TikTok. I mean, you're talking about millions of platforms, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know if you mentioned, but what were you saying? Something about Spotify listens? I've been seeing this so much everywhere that kind of bothers me is that these rappers or these musicians are like, yo, like, check out my Spotify or check out my, and yo, I consider myself an average music listener, right? An average consumer in music, meaning I'm not like a super, how can I say, I'm not a super like into
You're
music.
not an avid music listener.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't break down the credits, who produced what or anything. It's just
I
the
just like
everyday
to listen
listener.
to,
Like, I like songs.
yeah, I like to listen to good music, but I also am not gonna remember. And here's the thing, I don't have Spotify, and I also don't have Apple Music. So imagine you just pushing Spotify. How many people are you going to leave out?
Yeah, and you even brought that to my attention not too long ago. The last song I dropped, and you clicked on the link, and it had all these options: of Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all these things. And then I happened to leave out YouTube, and you were like, "So I don't got any of these except for YouTube." He goes, "How am I gonna how am I gonna listen to it?" And I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, let me go fix that."
right. So
I mean,
and that's something you guys are missing out is that you guys are so blindsided, right? Don't be blindsided. You need to be open to adapting and to being on everything. And you're like, whoa, all my friends are on YouTube, or I don't want to be a SoundCloud rapper, or I don't want to be uh Spotify, whatever. I don't know if they have nicknames, but you got to be on everything. Your image needs to be so big that promoters want to book you. If you're hitting up promoters to book you, I personally think you shouldn't be probably performing. It's just honest fact, right? And
yeah,
let promoters come knocking to you because then you're gonna start having leverage when that happens. Grow your
everything.
leverage everything. You got to grow your Instagram where you look big. You can't be putting out shitty stuff. And a lot of musicians do that. They put out a lot of, I mean, from putting out a shitty flyer too. Like that,
Mm-hmm.
that is a really big thing, right? I'm actually on TikTok a lot every day. It's hilarious. I usually go on TikTok when I'm like going to the restroom or something. So, um, I went on a TikTok and I found this TikTok and I sent it to Josh and I was like, look, bro, like this girl put a song on her TikTok somebody's from her followers liked the song. She was about 14, 15 years old, or 13 years. She was young. And but guess what? Her dad worked at a really big radio station. I forget what radio station it was. Did they mention that?
I don't think they did.
So
It
pretty
was in a different state though.
Yeah, different state. So young 12, 13-year old liked this other girl's song that I think she was like 25 or 30. She was older, right? She liked the song. She shared it. Her dad was like, "What are you listening to?" And she's like, "Oh, check out this girl." Showed her the TikTok, showed her the music. That same day, the dad reached out to the musician and was like, "Hey, I want to play your music on the radio." And from that day, her TikTok blew up because, again, you never know who's watching. And then she started to funnel her traffic to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and every other single platform. I think she released, I wish I would remember her name, but it's something that so many people tend to forget. It's the first response I get when I say, "Hey, are you on TikTok?" "I'm not 12 years old." Do you guys forget? Do you guys forget how MySpace started? Did you forget how Facebook started? Did you forget how YouTube started? I mean, YouTube started literally with people uploading videos of them pranking and hitting their friends, and I mean, really, really weird shit. Chocolate Rain. I mean, you got.
I mean, like each platform too will evolve. I wouldn't doubt too later on in the future that some of these music platforms like Spotify and all those will integrate something that'll be kind of like their own social media type of platform, because they all evolve to that. So you're gonna cut out on your chances if you're not trying to be on any platform.
Yeah. And then being on every platform also means don't be posting just memes all day. Like that's a big one for me because I feel like I follow a lot of musicians and all they do is post memes. I don't want to follow another person just post memes. I'm following you because I want to know what you're doing and what kind of music you're releasing and things like that. I want to fall in love with the character, right? Like that to me at least. Again, this is my personal opinion, but again, my opinion, I work at a big marketing company. We own a fucking marketing company that makes millions of dollars, right? So when it comes down to it, you gotta look professional. You gotta upload music on every single platform. No matter what people think about it, you don't know who's listening to your next song. And that's it, right? The only way they're gonna fall in love with you though is if you continue to bust music in and out all day. Well, I'm not saying release something every single day, but you gotta release
content. It's gotta be you in the studio. You gotta be doing something involved with your music or any of that. I mean, you got to live, eat, and breathe it. But yeah, again, you don't have to always release music. I'm even finding that out because I used to rush a lot of things. But now it's like, I don't have to always release a song, but it could be like a snippet of a song, or it could be like me working on a beat and it's unfinished, but everyone knows that I'm working on it and they know my personality and they get to know me. Then it's like, oh, well, I support this guy.
I personally think Josh makes really good music. I personally bump his music, like the track Hope. And I listen to some of your other songs; they're pretty dope too. But just because they're not super high quality makes me think twice.
Yeah.
So like, and it's something that again, I'm not like a really big, I'm not really big into music and stuff. But just thinking as a regular consumer, on somebody that listens to a beat, some lyrics. Like, I'm just like, this guy might not be that big. Period. And also another thing that I think that you should work on, because people are like, oh, if I get 1 million plays on Spotify, I'll make enough money to be able to make money and invest it back into my music or maybe quit my job or something, right? I think you were giving me some stats on how much a Spotify.
So going back to that whole story too, and I was willing to move to California and all that because I had that mindset. A lot of artists do, especially if you're struggling artist and you're barely starting out. That's the wrong mindset, man. Don't chase the streams, don't chase the listens, because we have some numbers right here. FYI, everyone keeps saying that Spotify is like winning the whole war between them and iTunes and Tidal of being the #1 music streaming platform. Well, just to break down some numbers, Spotify pays you out 0.00437 cents per stream. 0.00437 cents per stream.
Not even half a penny.
Not even.
So,
and they are at the lowest of the low. The only one that's lower than them is Amazon and Pandora.
So in order to get, let me see, if I get 1 million, I don't know if that's 1 million. Hold on, yeah, that's 1 million. Okay, so if I get 1 million plays, 1 million, I get about $4,000.
That's if you get 1 million.
That sounds really good to me. But let's be really honest. I mean, 1 million's a lot, and
a lot.
You might see some people say, "Oh, I hit 1 million this, I'm hit 1 million that." To hit 1 million consistently, because let's be honest, if you can hit 1 million streams a month, you might be able to quit your job. Might, depending who you are, if you're old and you have kids or whatever. So you have to hit 1 million streams to make $4,000. That's like minimum wage, because you still got to pay taxes. You got to pay probably rights to certain things. I mean, it's tough. So I know you don't really make money off streams, but you were sitting on a bunch of shirts, and I want you to be honest, because I feel like a lot of artists are like that. You're sitting in a bunch of shirts. I went over and I'm like, "Yo, where's the shirts? I thought you ordered some shirts." And then you were like, "Oh, I'm just waiting to post them." And I was like, "Bro, just post them right now. Why are you waiting, right?"
Yeah.
What happened when you posted them?
Once I posted them, it was like on again, you guys, most artists get lost in their own head, and you kind of keep from doing that. It's that whole mindset. But once I posted it, it was like on a Thursday, I believe, and I was trying to post it on Friday as if it would make some kind of difference. But as soon as I posted them, that day I sold 4 shirts. The day after, I sold 5. And then 2 days later, I ordered some stickers, sold like 3 of those. And then ever since, it's like I've been, making sales here and there.
So you're not even close to the 1 million mark in Spotify listens or anything like that. But you were able to make at least 1,000 or 2 off just merch.
Just shirts. Yeah, and another thing too is that there was just one design of a type of shirt.
So this is why it's so important for you to grow your social media. Like Spotify and all that's cool. People listen to it, upload your stuff. I'm not saying don't upload, but don't chase the streams. Don't chase nothing. Just upload, forget, upload, forget. I know that for a fact you can upload really good quality production sounds and videos, and you can be fast. If it's taking you if it's taking you 2 months, 3 months, 1 month to put a video together and it's so basic, fire your videographer, fire your photographer, fire who you need to fire, because that shit is not going to get you anywhere. You got to be putting out more tracks and good quality stuff. And it's okay to work with more than one videographer. I mean, and that's something I was telling Josh. I was like, bro, like, if one videographer takes 3 weeks to edit and finish everything, find another one. Have like 2-3 projects just kind of boiling. You know what I'm saying? Put them in the pot. Put all these pots, put all these tracks on here, send this guy these tracks and another track to this guy. Have projects always brewing up. And like that, if one producer's late, at least the other producer is already working on something else. And as you continue to, boom, here's one track, boom, here's another, boom, here's another. Next thing you know, you're just putting out so much music that you're gaining 1 follower, 5 followers. Oh, your friend shared you that has 100,000 followers. Oh, shit. I just gained 500 followers, right? And then like, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, your plays are brewing up. Your Instagram's growing, your Facebook's growing, your YouTube's growing, and that's when you start to get creative, because a lot of musicians think like, "Oh, this is art." You know, I want my music to be listened. I forgot. I'm trying to remember what people used to tell me. They just don't see the actual music part. Like they see that they might be releasing stuff, but you also gotta learn the business part of it.
Yeah,
You gotta be able to,
that's what it is. It's the key. The business is everything in music, especially now. And you guys, to be honest, to be independent, anyways, a lot of label artists who are stuck in contracts. I mean, they'll tell you a lot of artists now want to be independent, anyways. So, I mean, why not? You're gonna have most of the leverage. You're gonna have the people on your side. I mean, they're gonna love you. So why? I mean, I'm at the point too, even now, this past like few months, where I've been like, I don't even. I would be fine if I never got approached by a label or even went to a big label, because they're like a huge bank, anyways.
yeah.
That's what they are.
And I actually remember you went to a conference that showed you how to get signed by labels, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
See, and that's that normal mindset, but it's like it's
that's
traditional, it's old school.
Yeah, it's old school.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, you guys, if you want to do that and go that route, but a lot of people are finding now, and just in my opinion, it's more beneficial to do it on your own, because it's like you have the leeway. You don't have to decide if a label's gonna pay you or not, if you hit a certain streams, or if they might not approve a certain song you like that you want to put out.
It kind of reminds me of people that say, I need to go to school to earn a lot of money. Like,
yeah,
that's not a rule. I mean, yeah, school might lead you to a lot of money. I don't know, right? But you don't necessarily need school to make money.
No.
I mean, I personally suck at spelling. I barely graduated high school, never went to college. And, thank God that financially I've been okay and continuing to grow. But it's the same thing that Josh is trying to say is like, you don't need to go the traditional route to become a musician. There's nothing that should be stopping you to putting out your music how you want, making a music video how you desire. Or you woke up one day and say, oh shit, I'm going to make a music video dressed all in pink and cut my hair. I'm going to shave my head bald. Like, no one's stopping you. A label might stop you from that.
Yeah.
Right? So we're coming close to the 30 minutes. You want to recap, or do you want to say something, Josh? I know you've been really working on your craft as well, working on your promoting your music. Give us 3 things that you learned recently, or 3 things overall in your career that you think a musician or a person trying to blow up their just blow up their brand. 3 things that you learned that can save somebody else a lot of time.
Okay, so number 1, do not chase the streams or listens. Do not be so obvious to do that, and do not chase a label. Work on you. Number 2, biggest thing is don't be so self-conscious about the type of music you make. Just keep making music until you get it right, and the right people will come, especially the right type of audience. And number 3, anything is possible, and do not give up, because once you give up, even if you take a break, it's so hard to climb back up.
Yeah, breaks are nothing. And something I said that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but it makes a lot of sense to me is there's never a right time to start, but there's always a wrong time to start. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I said this to one of our video guys because he took off during COVID to do his own company with videos and stuff. And I was like, bro, I know I say it, there's never the right time to start, but there is a wrong time to start. And right now is super, super hard to get any kind of business because there's less money as the economy just kind of slowly starts to go down, right? So just think about that, if that fits you or not. But that's the cool thing about music is that you don't really have much to invest besides your time. Mm-hmm. Social media platforms are free, right?
Yep.
So, other than that, hopefully this video was kind of helpful and you guys kind of understand where we're coming from. Yes, Josh started getting a little darker as the sun started to go in.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully you guys like this. If you do, give it a huge thumbs up. Drop a comment. Anything else you'd like to share?
No, just keep going, guys. Don't give up, especially as a musician. The income will come. You just have to find different ways and just keep going, keep pushing.
Boom.
Work hard.
Make sure you guys tune in next week. I will have Mr. Edicosta talking about logos, design, branding, and all this other cool stuffs and some motivational stuff. It is Efren. Please hit that like button. I love y'all.